Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome back to the Austrian Adventure. And up in today's episode, we have the ending of Season 4, where first we face local rivals Rapid Vienna at home in the league, where again, similar to last season, we're only a point away from securing the title again. Also featured in this episode will be the Austrian FA Cup final, and of course, any other games we have to play to secure the title, but we can secure the title in our first game here by just drawing Rapid Vienna, although saying that, it will not officially secure the title if we get a draw here. But if we draw this game, we're going to 46 points. Even if Salzburg win and 37 points, we'll be 9 points clear of them. But look at our goal difference. Our goal difference is plus 26 better than Salzburg at the minute. So a draw, logically it's enough. It's done. So we're not going to. There's no point playing another game, unless we lose every game 5-0 and Salzburg win every game 3 or 4-0. It's not going to happen. So a draw here will be enough. A win will officially seal it. And also, if Salzburg fail to win, will officially seal it as well. So it's been a great championship group again. And of course, the last episode was disappointing, losing to West Ham in terrible fashion there. But in the championship group, it's been going really, really well again this season. And we actually haven't conceded a single goal in the championship group or in the FA Cup semi-final as well. Let's get to the recent results. So we played Rapid Vienna away from home in the next game. We beat them 1-0. A Louis Barry goal there. That was very nice to see. Away to our fierce rivals. Again, our record against them just continues. We destroy them, basically. Our past meetings against Rapid Vienna is crazy. Look at that. We lost one game to them in the first season, it was. Yeah, in the first season, we lost 3-1 away. And that was it. Played them 15 times, won 10, drew 4, and lost 1. So, really, really do dominate Vienna at this moment in time. We also beat Salzburg at home 1-0, which is great. And our record against Salzburg in the last couple of seasons has been amazing as well. If you look here, I'm beating the last 4 games against Salzburg without conceding a goal. And also, in 6 of the last 7 games, we haven't conceded a goal against Salzburg. So, really, really quite incredible, and I think it's safe to say there is one team dominating Austria right now, and that is us. So that is absolutely brilliant. So beat Rapid Vienna 1-0 away, beat Salzburg 1-0 at home as well, Satriano penalty. We then played Sturm Graz away, beat them 2-0 as well, Chukwuemeka and Satriano on the score sheet there. We then faced Lask away, beat them 2-0. Stefan Becker were braced in this game, which was nice. Hanley got sent off late on, but we held on to a nice win there, which was great. We then beat Hartberg 4-0 at home, of course, beat us in the last game we played against them. Brinkman, Satriano and a Shuranov brace. And then just for the episode, we played Salzburg at home in the Austrian FA Cup semi-final. It was 0-0 after 90 minutes, which was a bit disgraceful because we were by far the better team. But in extra time, we proved that we are the better team in this fixture here. With Gutierrez with a goal in the 94th minute and Lucas Meyer with a goal in the 105th minute. Both centre-backs there, and we got the win 2-0. Bit of news about Gutierrez. Atlanta United from the USA matched his minimum fee release clause. He wasn't interested in joining them, so luckily we keep him for now. But if you look at him here, he's getting better and better. You just look at his graph here. He's only 19. He's too good for the Austrian League, is he? Let's be honest. He's too good for the Austrian League. He's an animal. You actually look at his recent form as well. It's just absolute madness. He got 8.6 and 9, 8.5, 8.1, 7.9, 8.4, 8.3, etc, etc, etc. He's proven too good for the Austrian League, and they're actually going to offer him a new contract now. This is what it says. He doesn't believe Austria Vienna's squad is strong enough to play at a level matching his own ambitions. I don't really see that too often, to be honest, when a player's already at your club. If you go in to approach to sign a player you're interested in, or offer to make an offer for a player who's not really interested in joining it normally does say that sometimes, but a player who's already here is saying he doesn't believe Austria Vienna's squad is strong enough to play at a level matching his own ambitions. Yeah, crazy. I don't think we've got much hope of keeping Gutierrez, to be honest. If it said he wasn't interested because of the current interest in him, then there will be a chance if no one matches his minimum fee release clause in the summer. But him saying that, I don't know how we're going to convince him to stay, to be honest. And the way he's playing, the fact that Atlanta United already matched his minimum fee release clause, he's 4.5 stars now. He's it says 13. I don't know why it says 13.5 million there, because his minimum fee release clause is 12.75 million. I don't get that, to be honest. You look at his guide value, they're worth 9.6 to 14 million. Yeah, he's got Chelsea. He's got both Milan clubs after him as well. He's got Hoffenheim, Hertha Berlin, and Udinese all after him, and it's always changing as well. So yeah, I don't know why it says 13.5 million there. Should really get rid of that. Doesn't really make any sense. If there's someone wants to come in for it, they're going to come in for it, aren't they? 12.75 million. I think it's safe to say there's a strong 99% chance he'll be leaving us in the summer, which is, of course, a massive loss. Dietl gone in January. Gutierrez probably been gone in the summer. It's a joke. Obviously, I was expecting to lose both of them or one of them, but both of them in the space of 6 months. And also, Lucas Myers chose Hoffenheim over us. As I said, centre back's going to be a disaster next season. To be honest, we need to sign 2 new centre backs. So yeah, interesting times for us. Anyway, in terms of the league table, as I said, well, only a point away from securing the title effectively, and also top two goal scorers in the league. Shuranov and Satriano are two strikers, which is quite amazing. Gutierrez has the highest average rating with 7.8, Teagle with 7.72, and Shuranov with 7.49. And also Louis Barry there with 9 assists, so that's quite crazy as well. As I said, in terms of the fixture list here, if we beat Rapid Vienna or draw to them, which we probably should do, looking at our record there, only lost once of 16 games or 15 games, so yeah, we should do that in this game here, and we'll secure the title. I think I'll play Salzburg away off camera if that happens. If we lose Rapid Vienna and Salzburg win, then I'll play Salzburg away in the episode, of course. And then I'll play Rapid Vienna in the Austrian FA Cup final, looking to win our third FA Cup in a row, which is very nice. And obviously I'll play Hartberg and Lask off camera as well, and come back for a season review. Anyway, enough talk. Let's get into the first game at least. The home to Rapid Vienna was guaranteed 2 Rapid Vienna games in this episode, that is for sure. Well, who else will play determines on this game week here. But this is the team for today's game. Got Fruchtel in goal, Brinkman right back, El Shiwi left back, Gutierrez and Letner centre backs. And we've got Grill, Babic and Damac midfield. Beck on the right, Ristic on the left, and Shuranov up front. So Gutierrez is not quite fully fit for the match, but nor is Lucas Mai, so I have to play one of them. I can't play Michael Hack at centre-back in such a match, to be honest. He hasn't really been fully convincing when he's played this season, saying that he's only 17, so shouldn't be too harsh on the lad. Also, El Shiwi's back from injury, but that is great. Babic has played midfield today, but he was terrible in his last game with a 6.1 there, but he's been so good in the other games, we shouldn't dwell on that for too long. But anyway, Rapid Vienna at home. Can we secure the title here in Vienna at home to our fierce rivals? That'd be very nice, wouldn't it? Let's find out. All right, here we go. At home to Rapid Vienna. Well, the Austrian league is kind of a bit easy for us now because we're starting to dominate it, but I still would like to do something in Europe before the series ends here. Of course, I'm not expecting us to win the Champions League or something stupid, but to go far in some competition would be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, early chance there for us. Ristic absolutely blasted that ball, but a great strong hand there from the keeper. Got a corner of it though. They ain't got a very big corner there, Rapid Vienna. They got like it's 100 fans or something. We've not been very generous. Anyway, 5 minutes in, that man Nicolas Gutierrez has scored. We might lose him in the summer, but you know what? We feel blessed to see him stop by on his way to greatness here at the club, so that is fantastic. But it didn't take long to win take the lead in this game, did it? 5 minutes. The 6'7" Argentinian giant has scored already, which is absolutely fantastic. Please remember, guys, to hit that like button if you like this video, and also please hit that subscribe button as well. It really helped me out, and it's much appreciated. So 1-0 up already against Rapid Vienna. As I said, they're not really a competition for us in recent times. In the first season it was, but other than that, anyway, I shouldn't say too much because I'm going to jinx myself, aren't I? Anyway, on the counter here is Stefan Beck. At the moment it's 5 versus 3, but Beck with the wrong sort of pass there, but it's in a dangerous area now. Ristic, can he score? It's the post. Could be 2-0. That would be a great strike, to be fair. Great curl on the ball. Anyway, 21 minutes in. Bauer with a throw in here into Ilsanker. I think it's safe to say the title is coming back to us. If it doesn't happen in this game somehow, I think it's safe to say it's going to happen. At least I hope it does. This will be the biggest bottle job in history if it doesn't. But even if we manage to lose every single game, Salzburg have been poor in the Championship group again. Not quite as poor as last season. They still need to win every game. So the way they're playing, I can't see it myself. Don't know what's happened to them over the last 2 seasons. I have no idea what's happened to them. Just why the second season they absolutely dominated the league, because we were really good in the second season, but they were possessed. But since then they've been terrible, absolutely terrible. Anyway, here's Stefan Beck to Ristic. Here's Brinkman to Babic. Here's Ristic. Back to Babic. Out to Brinkman. He crosses it in. Shuranov. That's bizarre. Gone for a corner. I do still worry about Salzburg though, because they can just go ridiculous at any time. Still got a great team, of course, so still got to worry about them a little bit. But as long as we do well against them, that should be enough to secure us the title every single season, to be honest. Anyways, 2-0. Shurenov's pulling me offside there. He looks offside. But yeah, as I said, we play Salzburg, 4 times in the season guaranteed in the league. So as long as we win our games against them, or most of our games against them, that should be enough to see us secure the title. But if they beat everyone else in the league, say, then they are a big threat for us, of course. But anyway, we're 2-0 up in this game now, 25 minutes in, dominating the game. Shuranov thought he'd be offside, but he's not. And he can't get much of an easier tap in than that, can you? So, brilliant. 2-0 up now. It looks like the title is coming back to us. Coming back to Vienna again for the second season in a row. And Rapid Vienna fans have got to witness it all. If I was a Rapid Vienna fan, I'll be going home at half-time. Anyway, talking of half-time, it's half-time now. We're 2-0 up, and it looks like nothing is going to spoil our party here, to be honest. Cruising to the victory here and cruising to the title yet again. Yet again, Salzburg and Rapid Vienna are capitulating in the Championship group. Not as bad as last season, but still a capitulation from Salzburg again. And as it stands, we are securing the title. They're beating Last 1-0 away from home, so they're doing their job, but they haven't done their job in the last recent weeks, so great for us. Couple of changes here. Ristinic is tired, so we'll take him off. Bring on Louis Barry. I'm trying to extend Louis Barry's loan for next season. Unfortunately, Aston Villa wants some ridiculous clauses now. I think they've started to realise that Louis Barry is actually quite a good player. We have got Chukwuemeka tied down to next season though, which is great. He's done really well this season. I'd like to keep him bound for another season, and I have. And on great deal as well. Lucas Meyer's obviously leaving us, so only Chukwuemeka will be on loan next season as it stands, but hopefully I can get Louis Barry somehow. We shall see. Gutierrez is absolutely shattered, so we'll take him off. Bring on Lucas Meyer as well. So 27 minutes to go. Rapid Vienna needs to score realistically 3 goals to prevent us winning the title here. It looks very unlikely since we haven't seen anything from him in the game. Final change of the game here. Let's bring on Alexander. Alexander for Brinkman, and we'll put Babic back at his normal position, right back there. Of course, he can play in centre midfield, but right now he looks like my natural right back going forward. To be honest, Babic, I like him there. He's he's a very physical player, Babic, so I think it makes sense for him to be a right back. Anyway, Alexander here, off the bench, trying to find Beck, who's off the bench as well. Here's Babic back at right back. He passes to Lucas Meyer. Now here's Damaku. Can we get a third goal here? Alexander to Barry. Crossing the grill, 3-0. Easy. Easy as you like. Easy as you like. Vienna will be bouncing tonight. Absolutely bouncing. Not in the Rapid Vienna end though. They'll be hiding, I think. They'll be hiding away, won't they? It's all about Austria Vienna these days now. Rapid Vienna, your time is over. Salzburg as well, your time is over. It's all about Austria Vienna. Anyway, can we get a fourth here? No, Babic gives it away to Guindo. Guindo, I think he's a player I'm familiar with. He's played for Anderlecht. This is another Guindo. Anyway, it's Freisenbickler. Fruchtel, a very theatrical save there. I don't know if it needs to be that theatrical. It's gone for a corner though. Here are the Rapid Vienna fans. None of them have gone home yet. Horvath to take the corner, or Horvat. He crosses it in. And they head over the bar. The first time we've seen anything from Rapid Vienna, but I think it's too little, too late to tell you the truth. 2 seasons in a row with a title. And if we beat Rapid Vienna in the final of the Austrian FA Cup as well, we 2 seasons in a row with a domestic double. 3 seasons in a row with the FA Cup as well. So, absolutely brilliant. 5 titles in 3 seasons if that happens. Amazing. Anyway, corner here. Barry to take it. He's cleared, but only back to... Well, no, it's gone for a throw-in, sorry. Thought Barry's going to get that. Anyway, just slowing the clock down here, waiting for that final whistle. And it's come. Get in there. 3-0. We secured a title for the 2nd season in a row. Again, we don't get to see a trophy lift. I have no idea why, but it just happened again. But anyway, we've won the title for 2 seasons on the bounce. To be honest, the way it was going in the Championship group is what I expected. And also, I know we went into the Championship group only 1 point clear at the top, but I always did back ourselves to secure the title. We've been brilliant against Rapid Vienna in the last 3 seasons. Against Salzburg in recent times as well, we looked like the better team. So I did fancy our chances a lot of winning the Championship group, especially when we got knocked out of Europe. Didn't have to worry about that anymore. Not that's a good thing, because we should have gone further, but yeah, I knew we was going to secure the title, to be honest. But with 3 games to go, it shows you how good we've been this season, to be honest. 11 points clear of Salzburg. We've been brilliant again. Absolutely Look at that. I entered the Austria Hall of Fame. How nice is that? Let's have a look at the Hall of Fame here. Any notes for managers here? Hans Pesser. Who was he manager of? Who are they? Hans Pesser was manager of ESV Admira No Energy. Ooh, was that the first energy drink club? Could have been. They weren't drinking energy drinks back in the 60s, were they? No chance. But anyway, it's a team with energy in the name. I've never heard of them. ESV, well, I'm guessing they're not going anymore. Is that Admira Wacker Modelling? He was also manager of those fierce rivals Rapid Vienna as well, and manager of Wiener Sport Club, who are still going apparently. Don't know what they're in the Regional League East. Seems like they had a good history, but not a great present, to be honest. Also, who else is in this Hall of Fame? Look, Otto Baric as well. Is there any Austria Vienna managers in there? No, it's all dominated by Rapid Vienna managers, to be honest. Karl Daxbacher. Well, he won 1 Austrian FA Cup. Austria Vienna. Hermann Stessel, there you go. 4 Premier Division wins. 1 Austrian Super Cup as well. So he seems like the the main guy I want to overtake there. Jesse Marsh is in here as well, of course, a manager we most of us are familiar with, manager of Leeds these days. So yeah, be nice to overtake Stessel. I don't think it'll take too much for me to overtake him, to be honest. But anyway, enough talk of that. We've won the title again. The board are very happy. Gutierrez on form again with another 8.3. The bloke is an absolute machine. So, I'm going to play the Salzburg game off camera, of course. No need to show it in the episode. Hopefully, you can win that game as well. We shall see. Only takes place in 3 days' time, though, so I'm going to have a fully rested team. I'll bring you back for the Austrian FA Cup final, again against Rapid Vienna. Can we secure a domestic double against our fierce rivals? Well, let's find out in a sec. Okay, here we are. It's time for Rapid Vienna again. This time in the FA Cup final. We're chasing our 3rd title in a row in the FA Cup. So hopefully we can make it here today, and hopefully we can complete a domestic double against our fierce rivals. So we did just manage to draw away to Salzburg, despite me playing a completely rested 11, which also featured 2 call-ups. One from the under-18s and one from the Young Violets Austria there. We went 1-0 down in the 5th minute, and it looked like it might be a long day for us. But that was the only shot in the first half. We were the better team in the first half. Okay, granted, we did not create too many chances, but Salzburg were terrible again. And luckily for us, in the 88th minute, that player I called up from the under-18s, Philip Hellman, got a goal on his debut in the 88th minute to get a 1-1 draw there. So that was really nice. Salzburg could even beat us with a weakened team. As you see there, Blaswich in goal, Michael Hackers at centre-back there, Heinrich from the Young Violets Austria, Hellman come off the bench as well. So still couldn't beat us. It was nice to get a draw there away to Salzburg. But to be honest, we deserved the win, so a little bit disappointing, but to see Hellman get the equaliser there, only 2 minutes to go, was very, very nice. But anyway, it doesn't mean too much, of course. Really secured the title, so it wouldn't really matter if we lost one or drew, but it was nice for the pride there to get a late equaliser. Anyway, Rapid Vienna in the Austrian FA Cup final. As I said, we've won the last 2 Austrian FA Cup finals. Can we make it 3 in a row here? But to be honest, this is our biggest team we've faced in the FA Cup final. Of course, last season we faced Admira and Modeling, and the season before that we faced Altac. So we've got Rapid Vienna, of course, one of the biggest teams in Austria, but our record against them is fantastic. So I'm hoping and expecting a win here, I have to be honest. And in terms of the team sheet, I've got Fruchtel in goal, Babic right back, El Shiwi left back, Gutierrez and my centre backs. We've got Chukwemeka, Oliveira and Alexander in midfield, Barry on the right, Ristic on the left, and Satriano up front. So good news is I pretty much got out my strongest 11, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's genuinely the strongest 11. Tegel is injured. He's out for 2 to 4 days, unfortunately. But other than that, no one is missing. So Rapid Vienna in the Austrian FA Cup final. Can we win this one and secure a double for the 2 seasons on the bounce? Well, let's find out. Okay, here we go. This would be a big shock if we actually lost this final, to be honest. Rapid Vienna lost the last 4 games as well on the bounce, so they're playing terribly. And as I said, not just we keep beating Rapid Vienna. They just don't look like beating us at all in the last couple of seasons at least. So, yeah, I fully expect a victory here today, not going to lie. Here is Alexander, our record signing, out to Chukwemeka. We've got for another season next season. 3 seasons on the bounce then. Barry, he might not be here for the 4th season, to be honest. We shall see. We had enough money, probably make it permanent, but don't think we'll have enough money. Anyway, only chance here. No, the keeper gathers it easily. Barry's been involved in 30 goals this season in all competitions. He's got 14 goals and 16 assists, so he's been fantastic this season. First 2 seasons he was quite good, but this season he's turned up a notch, turned up a different level this season. So I really want him for next season, but it might not be possible. Anyway, here's Ristinic to Alexander. He blasts it. It comes to what has happened. How is it not 1-0? Should be 1-0 right now. Well, Gutierrez got a booking already. 3 minutes in, which is a bit nerve-wracking. 15 minutes in, though. Not much has happened so far. We get to have a shot on target in the match. Dominating possession, though. 70% possession so far in the first 25 minutes. Bit of a quiet final, though. They had much more shots than Rapid Vienna. Only one of them on target, so not creating too much here. The first half is just fizzling out. Well, we finally get another highlight. Barry with a free kick here. Satriano, no, Barry. Blast over the bar. Bit of a poor effort there from Barry, has to be said. Was expecting better than that. Well, we end the first half 0-0. Well, we are the better team in the game. Created much more chances than Rapid Vienna, but still 0-0, so it's a bit nerve-wracking, that. Here we go, though. Second half underway. Will we score a goal early on in the second half here? Well, El Shiwi's had a terrible game today with 6.2 and 60 minutes in. Not much has happened in this final. It's still 0-0. El Shiwi can come off because he's been pathetic today. We'll bring Durast on for him. Make a change up front as well. Barry is apprehensive. I don't like that. So let's take Barry off. Let's bring on Beck. Beck can come on for Barry. If we do sell Barry, or not sell Barry, we can't extend Barry's loan, sorry. Beck should make that position his own next season. Good player, Beck. Really high potential. Anyway, oh my word. Frictal catches it. Have I jinxed myself by saying that we're going to win this game easily? Well, I expect us to win this game. Maybe. 20 minutes to go and it's still 0-0. Here's Durast, who clears it to Satriano. Then feeds for Alexander. What are you doing? What are you doing? Look to the right, pal. You had 2 players free there. What a terrible effort that was. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. You know what? Shuranov was nervous. What are you nervous for, Shuranov? Oh, I don't care. Shuраnov's nervous. He's still coming on the pitch anyway. He's coming on for Satriano. 20 minutes to go. And I'm starting to get nervous now. I'm the nervous one here. Come on, boys. Let's not ruin the Austrian double here, please. The signs were there. The signs were there. He was nervous. I brought him on anyway. I never bring him on when they're nervous, but I decided to look. A whole minute, basically. He's got an injury. It's great. We're now down to 10 men. If it goes to extra time, we're down to 10 men for the 30 minutes there as well. Oh my word. What is happening? Do we just play without striker? You know what? I think I'll just play without striker, to be honest. Yeah. There's not much options, to be honest. Let's take one of those off the wing and put him up front, but we've got no one on the wing, so. Oh dear. He's on for a whole minute before we got injured. 2.5 minutes to go. Here's Durast. Probably our biggest opportunity here is to try and score a late goal here. And hold on. Here's Mai to Gutierrez. Back to Ristinic. There's Alexander. Obviously got no focal point now, but as long as you just pass it around, someone's going to break free eventually, surely. Here's Beck. Pass it to Babic. Chukwemeka, he's through on goal. Chukwemeka, this is the moment. The time. Chukwemeka. Awful finish. Chukwemeka. 4 minutes added time. It's gone to extra time, but of course we're still down to 10 men for extra time as well. We don't have anyone on the bench who can play up front. Ristinic is the only one. Well, Ristinic and Beck can play up front. Well, I'll switch things around a little bit here. Sorry. Put Beck up front. Oliveira can play on the right, so we'll play him there. But he's not really known for his attacking attributes, as you see here. So he's going to play as a wide target forward. He's one of those players, Oliveira, who just plays in weird positions. You know, just centre back's DM instead of midfield. Okay, makes sense. But then left wing back can't play left back or left midfield. Right wing, can't play anywhere else down the right. So it's very, very bizarre. But anyway, he can play right wing. So we'll play him as a wide target forward and support. Not really what we use, but he can play it nonetheless. And put Alexander as a ball infielder and defend. Chukwemeka remains on attack there as a Mazzala. Actually, you know what? I'll put him on support. And still make a change here as well. Lettner's got 11 penalty taken, so that's good. Tamaku's got 8. And Prickman's got 8 as well. So you know what? Definitely a risk, but we'll take Gutierrez off. He's got a yellow card. What's Gutierrez's penalties, by the way? 8 penalties. So bring on Lettner for him. Lettner's done really well in recent times, and he's our only centre-back for next season. We sell Gutierrez, which we'll probably do. So need to give him some first-team action as well. And Gutierrez on a yellow card. Lettner's got better penalties taken. So bring Lettner on. Let's see what we can do here in 30 minutes. Down to 10 men, but we're still a better team in the match. So let's hope we can make it to penalties at least. Well, 9 minutes into the second half, and we've got into extra time, sorry. And Rapid Vienna with a highlight here. But we block it. And here's Beck. He's up front now, of course. But terrible touch there. And he runs into Brugger. A goal at this point could ruin everything. It'd be disastrous. Obviously, in the last episode, we had a penalty shootout which we lost. Can we get to a penalty shootout this time and win it? We're down to 9 men. We're down to 9 men. Oh my God, it's a crisis. It's a crisis. We're down to 9 men. Oh my word. Well, now I do fear for us. We're down to 9 men. Oh dear. Well, need a right back. So Alexander can go right back. Oh my word. Well, you know what? Oliveira back in there as well. Can Ristinic play midfield? Not really. Chukwuemeka as a box-to-box midfielder. Goodness sake. Now what are we going to do? Well, just have to try and get to penalties, I guess. That's our only option. What a disaster. What an absolute disaster here. Well, they could score from the free kick anyway as well. You can't get all the luck all the time, can you? Well, we're not. Well, I'm not saying we've been lucky because we just. Oh my word! And that is lucky. They'll not go in. But anyway, it's very bleak now. We're defensive for the rest of the match. We're down to 9 men. Our only hope is to get the penalties. That's our only hope now. Can't believe it. You see how bad things can go against you. Make the final substitution. Sure enough, on. Injured in a space of a minute, literally. And then Babic is sent off in extra time. Koita with a poor finish there. Can we hold on to penalties though? Of course, then you've got to win it on penalties. But if we can get there. Oh, Chukwuemeka, you be down to 8 men? What's he doing? Lunging in like that? Oh, I jinxed myself, didn't I? I said how good we are against Rapid Vienna. They don't even look like beating us. I jinxed myself at the start of the game, didn't I? Oh well, there's a highlight every 30 seconds now. In game, 30 seconds. So this is looking rather bleak for us. I think he's offside. Mai gets there anyway. There's Beck. 1 against 6. Not much of an opportunity. He passed out to Ristinic. Just got to prevent them scoring. No, it's the only thing we can hope for. Alexander's on his bike for some reason. Terrible pass from Ristinic there. Absolutely terrible. I know we're down to 9 men, but at least do the basics right. Ristinic. Pass it to him. It's not difficult, is it? Donkey. Absolute donkey. Anyway, it's heel. Any goal, and we're toast. We're toast. Any goal and we're toast. Oliveira gets there. We're still there on the attack here. This is just relentless. Goes wide, so 10 minutes to go. There's a slight opportunity here. Let's go whenever possible. Time wasting now. Let's go very defensive as well. 6 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. 1 minute to go. How are we held on here with 9 men? We have. Get in. That's something at least. Now we need to win the penalty shootout with her. Look at our penalty takers here. Looks a bit bleak. We've got 1 penalty taker with a penalty taken over 8. That's just horrendous. That is. Has anyone else ever noticed that? I know most of these aren't regens, but have you noticed that pretty much all the regens you get just have terrible penalty taken? I've noticed it myself anyway. I say that with Handletter with 11 penalty taken. That's pretty good, but look at the rest of them. It's disgraceful. I think we'll do well to win this penalty shootout. Alexander in there, and Mai Chukwuemeka as well. Stefan Beck. I don't know what the rules are. We're down to 9 men. What happens if it goes to sudden death? I have no idea. I guess we'll find out if it happens one day. Oliveira in there as well. That's, put Ristinic there. Ristinic, Oliveira. Well, our left backs at the club are the worst penalty taken I've ever seen. El Shiri's got 2, and so has Durasi's got 2 penalty taken as well. Alright, in the last episode we had a penalty shootout against West Ham. It didn't go very well. Can it go better this time? Well, Koita steps up first for Rapid Vienna. And he misses. Get in. We missed our first penalty in the last episode. Well, here comes Letner, our young 18-year-old centre-back. The only player we've got with penalty taken in double digits. So we expect him to score here. Oh, for goodness sake. We missed our first penalty in the last episode. It's that poor a penalty. He caught it. He caught it like it was catching practice. Goodness sake, man. They gave us such an advantage there in the first penalty. Oh, my word. Moaning over. Already, what has happened? No one's scored a penalty yet. Alexander, can you score one, please? And put us in the lead this time? Please? Oh, my. What is happening here? They've gifted us 2 opportunities. What is happening here? Is this a joke? My word. Someone finally scores, but not the one we wanted to see. What is... Oh, I hate penalty shootouts. I don't see the point in practicing them. We practice them before the games, but yet they don't do anything for us. What have we been practicing? Will you score this one? Oh, wow. Well done. 6 penalty taken, apparently. It's better than that, doesn't it? Or 8 penalty. I'm not sure what it was, but anyway. I feel like we've blown our opportunity, to be honest. Unless we get handed another one. If we... Yeah, don't know. Here's Adamu. Rapid Vienna's 4th penalty. He scores. Getting nervous now. Here comes Chukwuemeka. Needs to score, really. Does, sends the keeper the wrong way, so Rapid Vienna missed this and we score. We have won. If they score though, we need to score our penalty to stay in it. Here's Ilsanka. Can't Frictal save this one. Alright, I think is it Ristinic? Who's taking the penalty now? Well, we're getting the long build up now with Stefan Beck. Young 18-year-old Stefan Beck. Can he keep us in the penalty shootout here? We got given a great opportunity in the first 2 penalties, but we missed them. Can Beck keep us in it though? Oh, he does. Good penalty. Good penalty from Beck. Alright. Into sudden death. Here's Heel. He steps up. Oh my word. Oh, I could have saved that penalty. That was an absolutely pathetic penalty. How has he not saved that? Oh my word. He's basically just passed it to him. How has he not saved that? Oh. I hate penalty shootouts so much. I hate them. I hate them. I love them as I'm watching it as a neutral, but... Oh my word. Ristinic to keep us in the shootout here. Well, that looked like a tail penalty as well, but at least that one was closer to the corner. But that should have been saved, really. Anyway, Velici tops up now. Or Vauci. Am I seeing things? Is this a genuine joke or something? That's exactly the same as the last penalty. I must be mixing things up here because that can't be right. That can't be right. He can't have literally just put the ball underneath him in that area, either side of him, in the last 2 penalties. Nah, it's not possible. Oliveira here. He scores, sends the keeper the wrong way. Well, first 4 penalties are all misses. Since then, the 10 penalties have gone in. Very bizarre. Anyway, here's Brugger. We've got 2 more players to go, so obviously we're down to 9 men. Oh my word! Frictal saves it onto the bar. Can we make this time? Can we make it count this time? Can we make it count this time? Who's stepping up? Who is it? Oh, it's the keeper, isn't it? It's Frictal. Oh my word! Can Frictal win us the FA Cup? Frictal. Oh, go on, Frictal. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is literally ridiculous. 3 times they've missed, and we've missed all 3 of them afterwards. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh my word. FM literally hates me. How is this even possible? I understand he's the keeper, Frictal, but the first 2 especially, this is ridiculous. And now we've got Duras stepping up. He's got 2 penalty taken. Just hit the target, Duras. You see where those 2 posts are? And the crossbar? Just hit it somewhere there. That's all we want from you, Duras. That's all we want from you. Just try and hit it on target at least. Oh my word. No, he can't do that, can he? Wow. How ridiculous is that? Oh. Well, no, what can you say? Our record in the FA Cup is over with. I'd say luck really wasn't with us this time round, but ultimately there was some errors as well. You know, looking back, should have made the first substitution in the game when it's still 0-0 with 20 minutes to go in the final. Probably not. So if I wouldn't have done that, we had a player get injured, we'd be down to 10 men, would we? But then saying that in the extra time, we still went down to 9 men, or we'd be down to 10 men if Shootout didn't get injured with Babbage getting sent off. And then the penalty shootout was just, well, ridiculous to tell you the truth. They missed the first 2 penalties. We backed up by missing our first 2 penalties. Then Fruchtel missed the penalty. No, they missed the penalty again, sorry. Then Fruchtel missed the penalty. So, yeah, you got to say that Rapid Vienna have been ridiculously lucky there. Ridiculously lucky. But then saying that, I shouldn't have ever taken Satriano off and brought Shootout on in a game of this magnitude with 20 minutes to go, should I? So, it's a bit of both, but yeah, they've been ridiculously lucky. But anyway, oh well. We'll move on. We can't get the double again. At least we won the league. That's the main thing, of course. But it would have been nice to win the domestic double again. But anyway, we'll let Rapid Vienna celebrate something for once. We'll let them have a little bit of a moment to themselves, and hopefully we'll be back to win the FA Cup next season. Anyway, I've got 2 more games to play in this episode, off camera, of course. Away to Hartberg and at home to Lask, and I'll bring you back for a season review. Okay, so Season 4 has been completed. Unfortunately, we couldn't do the domestic double again, of course, losing on penalties there to Rapid Vienna. But we did win our final 2 league games of the season. Beat Hartberg 3-0 away from home. Heinrich doing himself no harm for a starting place next season, with a brace and an assist in this game, so that was fantastic. And in the final game of the season, we beat Lask 2-1 at home. Babic and Satriano on the score sheet there. So the final league table looks like this. Let's look at the full table here. So we finished first in the end, of course. And yeah, it was a really, really successful season. This time around we finished with 55 points. Last season was 53 points, so even better than last season. And you look at that, last season was 67 goals, 25 conceded. This time around was 81 goals and 19 conceded. So you could argue the case that we're getting better now, although last season was brilliant. Of course, the last 2 seasons, we've been a little bit lucky with how poor Salzburg have done, especially in the championship group. We've gone into this championship group 1 point clear of them, and last season we're level on points with them, I believe. So we've run out very clear of them in both seasons. 16 points clear this season and 14 points clear last season. And saying that, we have done fantastically well in the championship groups the last 2 seasons. Of course, winning 9 and drawing 1 of the games this season, and doing similarly well last season, to be honest. So we've done fantastically well. It does help Salzburg can't play in the championship group anymore, apparently, but we just reach our peak when we get into the championship group. So that is absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, we couldn't do the double, but we've won 4 trophies in the last 3 seasons now, 2 league titles and 2 FA Cups as well. So in terms of the under-18s, well, the way they've dominated the under-18 Academy League this season is quite scary, to tell you the truth. I don't quite know what I'm seeing there, to be honest. It's not even finished yet, by the way. They've got 2 more games to play. They've played 22 games, won 21, drew 1, lost none, scored 105 goals, conceded 8 with a plus 97 goal difference. Plus 97 goal difference. Yeah, it's quite insane. They scored 20 goals against a team, 18 against another team, 13, 12, 11, 9, 6, 5. Wow. The future is definitely bright with those the AK Austria Vienna. They've scored, well, over double the amount of goals the next best team at Salzburg. So yeah, it's pretty scary. The under-18s are going quite well, and this will be their 4th title in a row as well. So that's brilliant. In terms of the Young Violets Austria, sitting 5th in the Austrian First Division, 1 point behind 4th, 3 points behind 3rd, only 6 points off the title as well. Is the season completed? Yeah, the season's completed, so they finished 5th in the end, but look how tight that is. That's ridiculous. 8th place to the top, there's only 8 points between them, so that is ridiculous. Liefering have won the title, which of course is Salzburg's B team, but they don't get promoted, of course. They can't get promoted, so Amstetten have gone up, finishing in 2nd place. Dizdarovic, a player of ours on loan at SK and St. Bolton, finishes top goal scorer, and Heinrich, 2nd top goal scorer, or joint top goal scorer, both 15 goals, and you would say the case that Heinrich would have finished the top goal scorer, but I called him up for the first team for the last 3 games, so that's probably why he didn't finish top goal scorer. Dizdarovic, probably sell him, to be honest. But Heinrich, I'm going to give Heinrich the top goal scorer award, because he would have got top goal scorer if we kept him in the Young Violets Austria. But anyway, let's get to a season review of the first team then. And what a season it has been. Unfortunately, not as good as last season. We didn't win the FA Cup, but still, absolutely brilliant season. In terms of the new arrivals, well, according to the average rating, the best signing was Djukic, who come back to the club on loan. But I think it's safe to say, when we sold Djukic 2 seasons ago now, it's a bit of a loss, but now, because we've developed so much in the last 2 seasons, we didn't really need him, to be honest. Obviously, he got an injury as well, serious injury, but he didn't feature too much. When he did feature, though, he did quite well. 5 goals in 11 games and 2 assists. Has to be said, though, he did feature against much weaker opposition. In terms of the permanent signings, well, I think it's safe to say Satriano and Risilic have been the 2 best ones, but they've come in at the start of the season. Satriano joined us for 3.4 million. Not from Brest, from Dortmund. He's on loan at Brest last season. He joined us from Dortmund, 3.4 million. A player who's not very experienced in terms of game time, it has to be said, but he did really well for us. He's in 40 games, he scored 22 goals and got 1 assist, only 26 starts as well, so he had a fantastic season this season, Satriano. Also, Ristanic, a regular in the Austrian national team now, bought him for only £6 million from local rivals Admira Wacker Modeling. Been a great signing. 37 games, 11 goals and 8 assists, and keeps getting better as well. So those two have been great signings for us. Babic has joined us in January. He looks sensational, has to be said. 875k compensation fee. 13 games, 1 goal. He scored a goal in the last game of the season there with a 7.2. And also Florian Alexander is, of course, our record signing. Got high hopes for him, much high. I reckon he'll be our next player in the Austrian national team setup, to be honest. I don't think it'll be too much longer before he gets his first cap. £12 million from Lask. Yes, expensive, but he's great potential player. 20 games played, 5 assists as well with 7.14. He's been brilliant. Thiago Oliveira doesn't look as good in terms of average rating, but he's a ball midfielder. They're not really known for their great average ratings. He's been solid this season. 38 games, 1 assist with 6.99. And lastly, and definitely least as well, is Yanis Blaswich. Only joined us as a backup goalkeeper, but 11 games played, 6.93. He's done quite well when he's come into the first team. So all in all, it's been a great transfer window for us, but we need to go again next season with more transfers, it has to be said. In terms of the season, well, of course, we won the league again for the second season on the bounce, and it looks like we are the new dominant force in Austria. Very much clear at the top there. 16 points clear at the top in the end, and a far superior goal difference as well, which is absolutely great. Top goal scorer in the league was Shuranov, 18 goals. Him and Satriano really battling out for the starting place up front this season. In terms of the results, well, we only lost 2 games all season. There were 2 massive shocks as well. We lost at home to WSG Tirol 3-2, a game which I rested a lot of players, which I shouldn't have done. So that was disappointed there. And of course, we lost at home to Hartberg as well, where I rested a lot of players, 1-0. So what could have happened if I didn't rest all the players there? Hartberg one was a little bit forced because of West Ham in 3 days' time, I think it was. So couldn't have done much about that. Needed to have those players fit for the West Ham game, which didn't turn out to be that useful in the end because we lost 3-0. But anyway, with the WSG Tirol game there, I made a bit of a boo-boo, to be honest, because I didn't really need to rest all the players because it was a week before the next game. So yeah, what could have happened if I didn't rest all the players in those 2 games? Could have gone the whole season unbeaten, but who knows? I guess we'll never know. But yeah, it was great season. 2 shock home defeats. Obviously went the whole season unbeaten away from home, and that includes 2 away trips to Salzburg, 2 away trips to Rapid Vienna as well, and also Lask, Sturm Graz, Wolfsberger. So brilliant season in terms of the league. Absolutely fantastic. In terms of the Champions League, well, I think we were rather unfortunate, to be honest. This season round, the seeding's gone up again, so we finished top, so we qualify immediately for the Champions League group stage. Haven't got to go through the qualifying again this season, although we did do quite well in the qualifying. We won the tie 10-5 against Red Star, which was quite nice. The group stage, though, was disappointing. We should have won the first game at home to Leverkusen. We were 2-0 up with 6 minutes to go, I think it was, when we drew the game 2-2. We would have won that game. We would have qualified in second place. Also, away to Barcelona, they created a lot of chances against us, but we scored 2 goals on the Nou Camp. Beat Dinamo Kiev 2-0 at home, which was great. Our first ever win in the Champions League. Only 1 win out of 12 so far in the group stage. But we deserve more than that. Away to Dinamo Kiev as well. It's another game we could and probably should have won, to be honest. Barcelona, we lost 3-2 at home to them. Again, we could have won that game with a better team in that game. And away to Leverkusen 2-1. Late capitulation there. So it was very unfortunate in the Champions League. We haven't been too lucky in European football so far. But next season, can we qualify for the first knockout round? Well, we'll see about that, I guess. In terms of the Europa League, well, this is ridiculous. We got through Slavia Prague quite easily, 6-1 on aggregate. West Ham, we beat them 3-0 at home very comfortably. Looked like I was going to cruise through to the quarter-final, but capitulation there in the second leg, just an episode ago. Conceded 2 goals in the space of a minute, 2 defensive errors, and yeah, unbelievable. That's all we can say about that. The FA Cup again, disappointing end, to be honest. Very disappointing end. Rapid Vienna there, went down to 9 men in that game though, so bit unlucky, I guess, but still some poor errors there from me. But we got to our third successive final there, but it would have been nice to beat Rapid Vienna in the final, wouldn't it? Hopefully we can get them in the final again and beat them in the final, which would be very nice. Moments to remember. Well, the biggest win of the season was 6-0 away to Admira Wacker Modeling in the FA Cup. That was a nice win. Beat Rapid Vienna 3-0 away from home as well. Another nice win. Beat 3-0 Admira Wacker Modeling at home as well. Louis Barry, the goal of the season there. In terms of the finances, well, the finances have gone amazingly well since I've been here at the club, and I think it's mainly down to the fact of competition prize money, to be honest. How well we've done in European football has really boosted the finances here. The club reputation has stayed the same the whole time though, 3.5 stars. Sponsorship deals, no new sponsorship deals. But sponsorship here has gone up a little bit from last season. Broadcast revenue's gone down a lot since last season. Corporate hospitality has gone up. Competition prize money's almost a million down from last season, but still great numbers compared to what it was at the start of the series here. And match day commercial and retail gone up as well. Well, top 5 shirt sales are Shuranov, Satriano, Ristilic, Damaku and Goril, which is nice. And how I lined up, well, in terms of new signings for next season, well, one piece of bad news is George Teagle has decided to retire. Big loss because he's been an absolute legend for us. But he's starting to decline now. And also we've got some 2 great right backs coming through. So not too much of a loss. It's just a bit of a sentimental loss, to be honest. Well, in terms of the goalkeepers, Fructal, he's quite good. I reckon we can get a better goalkeeper nowadays. But I think I'll keep Fructal as number 1, to be honest. George Hesser's coming through. This season, he's not going to be good enough to replace him. He's another loan out, but he's developed quite nicely this season, Hesser. But Fructal, I think, will stay number 1 this season. Blaswich is back up. In terms of right back, happy with that. Although Teagle's retiring, we've got Brinkman here now. And, of course, Babic is here now as well. Babic is probably my number 1 right back, to be honest. But Brinkman is a great player as well. In terms of left back, El Shiri and Durast, pretty happy with those 2. El Shiri had quite a decent season with 7.03. Still gets better, but nothing sensational yet. But Durast coming through as well, putting pressure on El Shiri, which is nice. In terms of centre-backs, well, centre-backs... shouldn't really be saying this, but it's a bit of a crisis, it has to be said. Gutierrez, well, I'm preparing myself for him to leave. If he doesn't leave, I'll be absolutely shocked. I'll be shocked. He's got a £12.75 million minimum fee release clause. He's got about 8 teams after him. 4 or 5 of them are massive teams. So, yeah, I'm expecting Gutierrez to leave 100%. Mai is definitely leaving. He's on loan, of course, but he's joining Hoffenheim on a free transfer. Michael Hack is just an 18. I want to get in some development, so he'll be down to the B team. So we're left with just Han Lettner, our only centre-back. Of course, we've got other players who can play centre-back, which is an option, such as Brinkman, also Thiago Oliveira as well. Also, we've got Leonardo joining us for $3 million end of the season, but he needs a bit more development, has to be said, but he wants to be a fringe player, so he'll be in the first team. So we effectively need to sign 2 new centre-backs. So that is going to be tricky. Of course, Ibi Gutierrez only need to sign 1, but as I said, I'm 99% sure he's going to leave. So that is a disaster, but... yeah, so hope we can bring in a great centre-back. I haven't seen how much money I've given for next season yet, and also loan is an option as well. So hopefully it won't be a complete disaster, but at the moment, centre-backs look like a real problem for us. At the start of the season, we had Dietel, Gutierrez, Mai and Lettner. And at the end of the season, we're probably going to be left with only Lettner, so that is really disappointing. In terms of midfield, Thiago Oliveira, he's probably my new number 1 ball midfielder, to be honest. He's overtaken Damaku, although Damaku's a very good player still. So Oliveira and Damaku as ball midfielders, very happy with that. If Damaku comes in with a big offer for him, I'm tempted to sell and sign another ball midfielder, but at the moment, I'd like to keep Damaku. We shall see. Chukwuemeka's on loan again for the season, as the Mazzala, so that's great. Also, we've got Alexander, of course, not popping up here yet. And Patrick Grill. Probably need 1 more midfielder. Djukic is leaving end of the season. Obviously, he's on loan. And also, Fisher is being sold as well. So we need 1 more midfielder. Who I'll bring in, though, is a different question. Yeah, I've got a couple of players on my list. And I'd like to bring in a good centre midfielder to go along in there. But we shall see about that. But definitely 1, maybe 2, we shall see. Depending on who we sell, Grill or Damaku. If we get a big offer for one of those, I'm tempted. In terms of the front 3, well, Louis Barry, we've got 4 more days before his loan ends. I'm going to try and extend his loan 1 more time, but what Aston Villa are asking for, it seems extremely unlikely. It's going to cost us just a ridiculous amount of money, which is unfortunate. But we've had 3 great seasons out of Barry, especially this season, 16 goals and 14 assists. But it looks like I'm not going to be able to extend his loan, so that's a problem. Ristinic on the left wing, very happy with him. Very happy with Ristinic. Shuranov up front. Shuranov and Satriano up front. Very happy with that as well. Shuranov, we get a good offer. Tempted to sell as well. But Shuranov, Satriano, Ristinic. Also Stefan Beck as well. Heinrich, I'm going to call him up for the first team. And I might call up Hellman for the first team as well. So 6 players there. But I think I need 1 more forward option. Probably need a right winger after Barry leaves us, to be honest. So we shall see about that. But yeah, new players for next season. Need a centre-back, probably 2. Need a centre midfielder probably as well. And 1 forward option. So looking at 4 new signings for next season. Of course, loans are an option. But yeah, still the team is amazing. I'm doing amazingly well. But we need to keep this going. I can't stand still. Can't go backwards either. Don't want to let Salzburg go back on top as well. So let's hope we can have a great pre-season. Let's hope we can make some good signings as well. And make sure you join me for the start of Season 5. And thank you guys for watching this video. Please remember, if you like the video, hit that like button for me. And also hit that subscribe button, please, guys. It'd really help me out. And you much appreciated as well. Thanks again for watching. And I'll see you for the next one.